Konnichiwa minasan. Today we are gonna watch the second trailer for Godzilla Minus One. This is really fun because apparently I actually watched the kind of like the live. I'm not sure what to actually call it. It is a live on the Godzilla YouTube channel. We actually get to hear the director getting a little bit of interview, and I heard from the live show itself there is a little bit of kind of like a they are trying to pitch this Godzilla Minus One to be the new Reiwa Godzilla itself rather than Shin Godzilla, because Shin Godzilla is kind of like a one-off Godzilla film, so it is not really kind of like the first of many story that is to come. So maybe they are trying to kind of like tell us Godzilla Minus One is supposed to be that. Okay, so we are not sure. Let us watch the trailer and break it down as we go. Let's go. Okay, so we get to see a broken battleship, I would assume. I think that is a battleship. And then we got the small ship coming to visit the big ship. We got Godzilla is under the water. Looks good. Okay. Let's go. Human drama. Let's go. Oh. Whoa, Godzilla. Why is he like coming out of so many smoke? And those smoke doesn't look like explosion smoke, okay? Because explosion smoke looks kind of like dark smoke, something like that. Oh damn. Oh wow. Okay, okay. Okay, we saw this screen before. That's good. And then we saw this scene also. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay. This nice. Okay. Oh damn, we got the continuation. Oh, and then what? Minus One. Oh damn. Oh. Okay. Okay. So so the tail kind of like the scale kind of protruding out is just the first stage of activating the Godzilla breath. Is like, I think this is something really smart in design, because Godzilla is charging up his energy, and he's like, all the spike is kind of like indicating what level of charge he actually have inside his body. And the more charge he has in the body, like the scale, I'm not sure what the spike, okay, the spike is like unconsciously kind of like protruding out of his body to make room for more energy to be stored in his body itself. And then when it came time for him to ready to kind of like blast the Godzilla breath out, the spike is gonna act kind of like a trigger to the gun kind of mechanism to bam to shoot the laser up, something like that. So that is a really smart design on Godzilla itself. Okay, they kind of like mix a little bit of mechanical and also human design into a life force itself. So really Subarashi thing we get to see from the trailer itself. So I am not sure how the story is gonna go, like I said when I watched the trailer, but it is still really fun for us to actually go into the series, go into the trailer, watch it scene by scene to break down what we can learn from it. Okay. Okay, so first scene, immediately we get to see, oh, let me mute. Okay, first scene, immediately we get to see this ship and it has been destroyed. I don't think we actually saw this ship getting drowned before, or maybe we already saw it in a few kind of like trailer, something like that. But this is definitely one of the first scene in the movie itself, because this is kind of like the first time they actually saw Godzilla, and like the people on the ship is like, what the hell is this? Like, who did this? And something like that. So it's definitely gonna be really, really fun. Yeah, you see, this is like the people on the little ship. It's like, what did this? Who did this? Or something like that. They're kind of like doing their own theory time, or giving their own theory on the board itself. They kind of, oh, maybe it's Kraken, something like that. But no, it's just Godzilla. Okay, so okay, we got more scene on the broken ship. I think this is all CG. None of this is real. I don't think they're gonna make a prop that big or that real. I think this is this the ship? Maybe, okay, maybe. I don't think so, okay. I don't think this is the ship, because the previous one, it looks kind of like a cargo ship, and this one is definitely kind of like a battleship, something like that. And we get to see Godzilla under the water itself. And oh, by the way, I noticed something when I was like watching this trailer. Throughout the entirety of the trailer itself, there is not a single night scene at all in Godzilla Minus One. Every single shot of Godzilla Minus One happens on daytime, and this is really, really insane, okay? Because I think a lot of people, especially like people who watches Godzilla in the US version, the MonsterVerse version, one of the biggest like criticism is like, why do we always see Godzilla in the nighttime? Okay, it's like they're trying to hide imperfection to the CG and all those stuff, and it's like, but Japanese people is no joke. They are not running away. They are here. They are putting Godzilla on the big screen on daylight. They have no fear at all, and I just love that. Okay? I just love the approach that they actually go with making Godzilla appears on daylight itself. But another thing that I would like to talk about is, usually when you design Godzilla, when people design Godzilla, the design of Godzilla that they have is usually more dark in color. It's like really, really dark color, like burnt color, something like that. But if you actually take a close look on how Godzilla look under the sea, so we actually get to see a lot of brown parts on Godzilla itself. It really makes me wonder, like, what is this kind of like a creative choice to make Godzilla more brown in nature? Is like that, like his skin is more brownish, something like that. Okay, so maybe that is kind of like before he activate the Godzilla breath, and that is how he is like in brown in color and something like that. But maybe after he activated his breath, he's gonna turn into black in color, because in the trailer itself we actually get to see him in different shades of color itself. Okay, but let us move on to the next thing. This is nothing. This is just kind of like a establishing shot to see the damage done by Godzilla. I think this is gonna be the first half of the movie after the first rampage of Godzilla, before he go back to sleep a little bit. So that is really, really fun. And then we get to see this guy like talking, giving a speech to a bunch of people, like the future of Japan is in our hands. And we actually get to see, I think all of this I think all of this is the aftermath of the Godzilla attack. Okay, it is not the aftermath of the World War II nuclear bomb, because it doesn't seems like that at all. So I think this is, I don't think they are actually gonna touch on the nuclear bomb at all. Maybe a little bit in the dialogue in the beginning of the movie, but I don't think it's gonna be brought up quite a lot throughout the movie itself. So if you actually get to see the leg once again, we actually get to see that it is not all black. Okay, there's a little bit of white, a little bit of kind of like brownish color to it. So like I mentioned, maybe Godzilla is gonna go through a color change in the movie itself. That is my theory. Next, we get to see this guy supposed to be kind of the mad scientist of the movie itself. He's supposed to be the leading guy to tell us how can we actually beat Godzilla. So really, really fun stuff. but we are not sure what else. Okay, and this is the thing that I talk about. Like during the trailer just now when I watched, I was like, why is Godzilla coming out of smoke or rubbles that actually looks like is like he's like coming out from the earth itself rather than coming out from the ocean? Because usually in our mindset is like Godzilla always come from the ocean itself, but this time round we actually get to see him kind of like coming out from a rubble or maybe kind of like a mountain, something like that. So I'm not sure, and this is definitely not a missile smoke. You know, kind of like after you hit it with missile and the missile exploded. Usually the smoke I mentioned just now is the smoke is gonna be black in color, but this one is brown in color. So that is why I would actually believe that maybe he is coming out from a mountain itself. Okay, so that is pretty fun. But it's still really, really menacing for him to like just come out of nowhere, kind of like a titan, boom, something like that. So next we get to see a carriage getting thrown by Godzilla, I would assume. And then get to see this little girl. I think this costume is really, really iconic because like I don't know why, but if you actually go in Google search like blouses or women's blouses, something like that, they always show girls in this type of costume, like red jacket and a white dress. It just I don't know. Again, let me move on. Why do I even talk about that? Next, we get to see some more panic shot, chaos shot of Godzilla, and we actually get to see this, something that I think a lot of people might not really get the context of. Is like way before World War II started, Western has already entered into Japan, and the people of Japan has already started to wear what they call as the Western uniform or the Western clothes, something like that. And that's why we actually get to see a bunch of people is actually wearing like a blouses and dress, and a lot of people actually wear suits at all. So I think there's quite a lot of misconception when we actually think about like, hey, maybe like it's like people only start to go to Japan after the World War II ended, but no, that is not the case. Okay, so like Western has always been dealing with Japan for a while before the war even happened itself. And next thing I want to say is like, you get to see this logo here. It is the Umbrella Corporation. I guess not. Okay, I don't think there is like kind of a reference to Umbrella Corporation, but it's supposed to be something else that I do not know of. Let me just move on. But yeah, pretty fun. Okay, so I think that is a watch shop, kind of like a and this is Tokyo. They are in Tokyo right now. Really fun. Next, we get to see the main girl of the series. She's gonna be, I think, the main female character that we're gonna follow throughout the movie itself. She looks amazing. She's really good, really good. And I think there's the reason why they always choose kind of attractive people for us to follow throughout the movie itself is because we care easily more about attractive people than ugly people. That is the truth, and no one can deny that. And I'm actually wondering what is the story is gonna be like. How, like the very fact that they actually kind of like cast this female to be the female character that we're gonna see throughout the entire movie itself. I'm wondering like what is her role? Like, is she gonna play kind of like the role of a just the damsel in distress, the one that actually cries while the man goes into fight and battle, something like that? Is she gonna play that type of character, or is she gonna be that type of character that Godzilla just say F you in particular? Every single time Godzilla appear, she is right there in the middle of the chaos trying to run away. If that is the case, I'm telling you that is gonna be a lot of fun, because like Godzilla be like, F you in particular, I'm just gonna ruin your day, I'm gonna kill you if that is the last thing I do. That is also pretty fun, okay? But then again, I don't know, let me just move on. And we get to see Godzilla a little bit, really fun stuff. another. I don't think is this the aftermath of Godzilla. Like I don't think this is really kind of like an aftermath to Godzilla. Okay, because maybe it is, maybe it's not. I'm not sure. But next we get to see this girl, the main girl, communicating with the little girl as well, just to kind of like build a little bit of emotion, make you care about the human character. And next we get to see, oh, the girl actually is a daughter of a single father. So the single father and the single woman is gonna have a little bit of romance, okay? I think throughout in the movie itself, that is how they are gonna make us care about. Is that an alpaca? Okay. Like, I think the girl is like, at first I thought that it is a doll of Pokemon, and I was like about to call out bullshit. How does Pokemon even exist in this era of time? But after a closer look, it looks kind of like a My Little Pony or kind of like a alpaca looking doll, something like that. Probably it's not something that's gonna break the canon of the universe itself. Okay, so next we get to see Godzilla opening his mouth wide. It's like, open up, time for makan. And then he just gobbles it up, and the girl is inside the train. We already know this. So this is still, I would say, the first encounter with Godzilla. It is still not the second encounter. And raw, we get to see this raw, magnificent. I think this is the aftermath of the first Godzilla breath that he took, and this is the scene that we saw, okay, because it is really, really iconic, and we actually get to see black smoke all over Godzilla itself. Means that he just destroyed a bunch of stuff, maybe burned a bunch of building with his laser beam, something like that. So that is gonna be really, really insane, okay. And we'll actually get to see him changing a little bit of color here. He looks a little bit dark in this shot compared to this shot, which he still looks a little bit brownish, something like that. So yeah, I'm not sure whether or not it is kind of like a color grading problem or just he literally changed color throughout the movie itself. Next, we get to see him under the sea, and we actually get to see them dropping a bomb and then exploding. Boom, Godzilla. I think this is really, really, this is a really good shot. Boom. And then we get to see a ship flying, and then there is a night scene, okay? So this is a night scene, but I'm not sure. Maybe this is the beginning of the movie itself. Maybe not. Maybe this is something else, not related to Godzilla at all. But next we get to see Godzilla like screaming towards something. This, it looks good. I'm not sure how to actually say this, but he looks buff. He looks really, really buff, okay? That is amazing. Boom, 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 okay? Next, we get to see our main boy screaming and crying. And then Godzilla tail almost knocking the shit out of the reporter just for them to fall down to their death. And then Godzilla coming out of the water. Crazy Mato scientist. Boom. Okay. Godzilla has no chill, man. Boom. Okay. This is a good shot. Nice. Next. What is next? Okay, so we get to see this human terror shot. Oh, what is that? What is that? Godzilla spike is protruding out of his body. It looks cool, okay? I already gave my theory on what could this actually be. And I think it is what I actually say it to be, okay? Like Godzilla breath, and then he's about to unleash the breath, and that is why he like protrude out his spine, and then everything just goes back into his body, which causes him to do a little bit of kaboom, or like Godzilla breath itself. And that is the end of the trailer. We have watched it scene by scene, break it down scene by scene. Really, really fun stuff we actually get to see here. I'm not sure when Malaysia can actually watch Godzilla Minus One. Hopefully soon. Really, really soon. Hopefully we have the same release date as Japan. That is gonna be subarashi. And yeah, I just can't wait, man. I can't wait for Godzilla Minus One. I'm really excited for it. And we actually have another Godzilla coming out today as well. I think it's called Godzilla versus Megalon, if not mistaken. It is available on YouTube. You can check it out. It's 10 minutes long. I'm not sure whether or not I'm gonna make a video covering that or not, because I don't think there's any plot to be talked about regarding that. It's just a kaiju versus kaiju thing. But with that being said, that is all from me. Hope you enjoy. If you like what you see, you know what to do. Subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye.